Hello. This is a mid-semester message for all of the students in my spring 2013 um, public administration, purchasing, and global marketing courses. You've made it to the mid-semester point, and there are some things that I would like to share with you right now that I think may help you for the rest of this semester and to be successful in this course. First, let's talk about the research paper. The research paper, if you began working on it a few weeks ago, should not be a major problem to you. You still have about 7 weeks left in the course. If you got an early start on the paper and you got your subject, your topic, your thesis statement, and all of those things in order, and you've been working on it regularly, then that's exactly what I had intended with this assignment. If you haven't done anything yet, well, you still have a few weeks left to pull it all together. But as you know from so many other experiences, I'm sure, I've had exactly the same experiences when I was in school. The longer you wait until the last minute, the worse it's going to be for you, and the greater the chance that you may not be successful with the paper. So at this point, I'd like to share with you exactly what my expectations are for the paper, and make sure that you understand so that you have the best chance of getting the best grade. The paper must be in APA format. While I am not I'm not maniacal about APA. For example, if there's a comma misplaced, or you may have the author's name set up improperly, sometimes those things happen. If, however, you have no in-text citations, or the in-text citations are not done properly throughout the paper, or they do not relate to the references at the end of the paper, or the reference page isn't titled references, it's titled works cited, which is MLA format, not APA format, then we may have a problem. So I'm looking for a good solid effort at APA with, if you have any errors from an APA standpoint, they should be very, very minor errors. Secondly, the paper must be as long as the assignment says it must be. I believe the assignment in each of the courses is 12 pages, but go back to the assignment itself in case I'm mistaken. There have been semesters when I've assigned 15-page papers, but I think I've assigned 12 in this particular semester for each of these courses. That means that you need to have 12 pages of actual content. That does not include the title page. It does not include, if you have an executive summary on a separate page, it does not include that. It does not include the references page. We want 12 pages of actual text, of actual written material, reference material. By reference, I mean research material. And the title page and the reference page and anything else should be in addition to those 12 pages. Do not use clip art. I'm not interested in any, silly pictures. And make sure that you use the proper APA margins and the APA font for your paper. You will be submitting this paper electronically, and I will give you instructions toward the end of the course, about 3 weeks before the end of the course, on how to submit it. You will not submit it to Blackboard. So just be patient. I've had students in the past try to send me papers early and get a little antsy. Just wait until the instructions appear. You'll see them. You'll see a reference to the instructions in the assignments page, and then you can go and find the instructions, and you can submit the papers exactly the way I want them submitted. Now let's talk about grades. Long about mid-semester time, I get these frantic emails saying, well, gee, I don't know where I stand in the course. Well, you should. It shouldn't be difficult at all. And let me tell you how to figure it out. If you have posted all of the assignments in exactly the way that they're supposed to be posted. That is an initial post and a follow-up to at least one other student in the initial post category, and a summary of what you've learned in that particular module in the summary category. And you have not gotten an email back from me saying that what you have posted in any particular case is not acceptable, then you can assume that you have an A in the course. It's that simple. Students who have submitted something that I've considered to be not acceptable, I've sent them an email, I've given them a chance to make a change and resubmit so that they also can get the equivalent of an A on that assignment. If you did not post a particular assignment, or you didn't post it properly in the proper place, then you did not get an email from me. It's up to you to understand the instructions and to post properly. So if that happened, then you got a poorer grade. Actually, there are only 2 equivalent grades with the posts in the cafe. There's the equivalent of an A if you did what you were supposed to do and didn't get an email from me. And there's the equivalent of an F. Either you didn't post at all, or when I sent you an email saying you need to improve this, you didn't bother revising the original post. That's really the only way that you can get an A in a particular, an F in a particular post in the cafe. So if you've done everything you're supposed to, you've made all the posts, you haven't gotten any personal emails from me, then consider the fact that you have an A so far. And that's very good. You need to continue to do that for the remainder of the semester. So the final grade in this course is composed of the A's or the F's, there's nothing in between, for the posts of the assignments, and the final paper, which is a substantial part of the grade for this course. Now, I'd like to address the students who have fallen behind or have just basically given up altogether. Many of whom, I'm assuming, are not even going to bother watching this video, but I would like to make one thing clear. Every student registered in this course at the present time has an opportunity to achieve an A for the final course grade, even if you've stopped posting in the cafe, because, first of all, a very large portion of the grade in this course is the research paper. So if you post in the cafe regularly between now and the end of the course, and you submit an excellent research paper, then I'm going to be very inclined to ignore some of the posts that you may have missed in the first half of the semester. If you continue to post sporadically or not post at all, regardless of what happens with the research paper, you're not going to get a very good grade. If you've stopped posting altogether, chances are you're not going to be able to pass the course. So posting in the cafe for the rest of the semester is an extremely important part of this course. Now, the instructions state that you must submit a research paper that at least minimally meets the requirements of the assignment in order to pass the paper. If I do not receive a research paper from you by the due date, and it's not at least minimally responsive to the requirements of the assignment, then regardless of what you've done in the cafe, you will fail the course. So that research paper is extremely important. Students that get A's in my courses have a really strong record of participating in the cafes, especially during the last half of the course, and they have submitted a research paper that is a strong effort on their part and that follows the instructions for the paper. Those are the people who get A's, and a number of people do get A's in my courses. So I really strongly urge you to do an excellent job, regardless of what you've been able to do in the first half of the semester. I strongly recommend that you pay particular attention to the readings, to the posts in the cafe, and to finishing that research paper in really good order. If you have any questions, as usual, the Ask the Professor section of the course is for those questions. The only reason you should be sending me an email is if you have a personal circumstance that you would like for me to respond to. That's it. Have a good second half of the semester, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that my goal that I talked about in the beginning of the semester, that everybody in the course gets an A, actually happens. Thank you very much.